And I'm going to switch to my GoPro. Okay. So how did practice go this week for you guys?
Pretty good. We were able to do some Tai Chi outdoors, which is pretty awesome.
Isn't that lovely?
Yes, it is lovely.
Yeah. This summer I've done a lot of my practice outside. It's a bit of a challenge, you know, what with the uneven ground and everything. I'm not using my deck, I'm using my front yard, which is not really flat, you know. But I think if you did that a lot, you could get used to having to adapt to the earth, and it's probably good for your feet and your legs. You know, make your legs a little stronger, your feet stronger.
Yes.
Just so you know, I jammed my toe, my little toe, pretty good this week, and my foot is still swollen. So there are some things that I'm having a little trouble putting some weight on. I can do what we're doing. That's not going to be a big issue, but if you see me looking kind of strange, or if I have to reposition myself, I may end up doing a little bit more of that than usual. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll begin with the run through from section 1, and we will go all the way through cloud hand in section 2. Okay. I will call the moves. So go into prepare. Think about settling your feet. First of all, make sure they're comfortable. Hopefully you've got your weight in the middle and your feet are equal on both sides. Try to round your crotch a little bit, meaning open it slightly, even in prepare if you can. Let your tailbone hang, let it sort of fall, your hips fall. Relax your abdomen, relax your shoulders, let your shoulders come down. Round the back slightly, extend the arms and then the hands down the sides of the pants, the middle finger, think of the middle finger having a little pulley on the end, a little weight. And now lift your head. Opening. Rotate and lift. And come back down like a wave in the ocean. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift and open. Sit. Step and close. Turn and lift. Ward off right. Shift and turn. Rotate. Circle and step. Ward off right. Roll back. Rotate to the right. And swing to the left. Press. Extend. Push. Shift back. Use your back leg to push forward and stop. Single whip. Shift and flatten. Turning with the waist first. Circle back in, hands meet in the middle. Make your hook. Rotate your foot. Step out as you ward off. Rotate and strike. Raise hand, step forward. Shift and turn. Open the hook. Circle and step on the heel. Turn to the left. White crane. Rotate the hands. Rock back. Circle. Step as you close, shift, turn, step out, open your wings. Left fresh knee, rotate the right arm, shift a little, swing to the back right corner, brush and strike. Handstrings the loop. Step in, shake hands, push off the ball, come back. Switch to the heel and lift. Left fresh knee, 1, rotate the right hand, shifting back. Swing, step, brush, and strike. Right brush knee, shift and lift. Open the foot, turn the arm, circle, look to the back left corner, step, brush, and strike. Left brush knee, shift back, open. Step through circle, rush, and strike. Hamstrings loop. Finish on the heel. One more brush knee. Swing and step. And strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift, turn, come down, make a fist. Step one line, two sides, parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Give, turn, cross, open the hand, circle back, turn to the right as you ward off, rotate that hand back to push and push up. Cross hands, shift, turn the hand, pivot on the heel, chop, rotate the arms, circling down, step with the ball, cross, and rotate the arms as you lift the shoulder height. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain, section 2. Shift your weight back as you circle out and down, circle back and up with the left hand, step to the right, almost to the corner, brush and strike. Roll back, shift and lift your arm, strike as you turn out and then turn a little more. Press, circle back, and extend. Is your knee lined up over, is your right elbow lined up over your right knee? Extend for push, come back, push back up. Fist under elbow, shift and flatten. Starts like single whip, circle to 1030. Come back in, pressing down, drop the elbow, right elbow, push off, turn the left hand over. Step one line, two sides to the left corner, reach ward off. Step, rotate the left hand, pulling down, shift your weight. Switch to the heel, make a fist, lift and punch. Repulse monkey, circle and step 1. Rotate the right foot as you push off. 2, step. Pivot as you push back. 3, swing and step. Shoulder, push off. Diagonal flying. Circling, step to the corner. Turn the left foot, raise the right arm. Raise hand, step forward. Shift your weight, step back, crossing your feet. Lift the left arm, push off the ball, switch to the heel as you close, and then turn slightly left. White crane, rotate the hands. Now rock, big circle with the left arm. Pick up the right foot and step as you close, shift your weight. Step out. Left brush knee. Circling. Brush. Strike. Needle to the C bottom. Reach forward. Come back on the heel. Raise the left hand. Switch to the ball. Up, out, and down. Bend both knees. Fan through the back. Rise. Turn. Trap. Lift. Step. Strike. You are in an erect torso. Fan through the back. Shift. Turn. Bring the right hand in and across. Make a fist. Bring the left hand to the shoulder. Chop. And then shift forward and strike. Parry, block, and punch. Rotate the left hand. Bring the right hand up halfway. Now parry out. Rock back on the heel. Come back. Parry, block, and punch. Chengfu, shift back a little, open the foot, go forward, extend and a ward off. Open the hand, turn the left hand to the side, close your circle, step, and ward off. Roll back, rotate to the right, and push your weight to the back. Press. Push. Single whip, shift and flatten, Turning first with the waist, left arm begins, right arm follows, circling back. Make your hook to the right corner, rotate the hand. Now step out as you ward off, rotate the arm, strike. Cloud hands, shift and turn the left arm, left foot to straight, right arm, right hand. Right arm and left hand to the right side to just 3 o'clock. Rotate to the left side, turn to the left, extend the arm, step. Right arm is up. Rotating across, that's 1. Reach to the right, step wide. Rotate the right hand, left arm is now rotating, this is 2. Go to the left side, step, shoulders width apart. Left hand's coming down, right hand is rotating in front of the face, go to the right. Step. Left arm coming across, rotate in front of the face. And here is where we transition to finish the third one. Step to the corner. Left arm continues up this angle to make the circle, make a hook. And go back into single whip. And strike. How did that go?
Pretty good overall.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the second, not the whole first through the second, but let's start with the second section from cross hands. And let's do those things 2 more times. Are there any questions about cloud hands before we go on? No? Okay. So I'm going to go the same direction as you. Going to cross hands, we just finished section 1. So from here, embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Shift and turn almost to straight. Shift your weight back, bending your back knees, circle pressing down, left arm swings up and out. Step, brush, and strike. Roll back, shift, raise your right arm to the shoulder, and then strike out. As you turn to the left, keep turning a little so now you face straight. Press, circling in, extend forward, push, back, and up. The Sun Rebel starts like single whip. Shift and turn, pull with the waist first. To 10:30, now circle back in as you shift your weight back. Drop the elbow, rotate the arm, strike or push out. Left foot comes in, steps out to 1 line 2 sides. Now ward off. Now pick up your body, rotate that left hand, show a grab. Pull down to the side, you're shifting to your right leg. Step on the ball, make a little circle, make a fist, lift and punch. Repulse the monkey. 1, swing step. And strike. 2, swing and step. Strike. 3. And strike. Diagonal flying. Step behind. And turn the left foot straight. Raise hand, step forward. Step back with the toe. Push off with the right ball of the foot. Switch to the heel. Roll on the heel as you turn left a little bit. Light crane, spread the wings. 1, rotate, 2, rock. 3, step. 4, open. Left brush knee. Rotating, swinging, brushing, striking. Handstrums the, needle to the C bottom, reach forward, come back on the heel. Switch to the ball, go forward and down, bending both knees. Fan through the back, rise halfway, start rotating trap, continue lifting, and step into a bow and strike. You are in an erect position. Fan through the back, shift, pivot on the heel. Right hand comes down and across. Now make a fist in the corner, step out, chop to face level, and then strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift, lift the right fist face up, parry, step, and then parry, Block. Punch. Chengfu, shift back, shift forward, left board off. Swing and step. Board off. Roll back. Rotating. And swing. Press. Push. Single whip. Pivot when you make your hook, pick up the foot as you ward off. And step when you ward off and then stride. Cloud hands. Turn to the right. Show the grabbing hand all the way back over to the left, turn to the left, step, right hand comes up. Rotate in front of the face, get to the other side, turn to the other side, step. This is 2. Step. And this is 3. Continue circling, finish your cloud hands to the corner, make your single whip. Rotate and stride. All right, one more time. And I'm not going to say as much. Do you need a little bit more direction when we get to cloud hands,
I
everybody?
just have one question about the gaze for cloud hens.
Oh, okay.
Are your eyes following where does the gaze go?
So we start looking at 9 o'clock with single whip. We follow the gaze goes with the body turning. So we turn and then we end up looking at 3 o'clock and then we go back to 9 o'clock and then we just keep going like that. Now, when I say turn, notice that when I get to the ends, my body should not be square. So I don't want to be like this. I want to be like that.
Right.
I don't want my arm in the corner, but I want my shoulders, not my hips, my shoulders turned.
Yes.
Here, okay? So that I am not, I'm in line and I've got my body shape. So when I get to here, I'm like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's when you step, when you're like this at this end. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you start to rotate as you come across. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to turn at this other side. So I'm not just going like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning my shoulders. My shoulders should be to the corner at each end. So this corner and this corner. Step. And the gaze is doing, doing the same thing. Now remember, and I wasn't watching, I'll watch in a minute. But make sure when you do your circles, think about having kind of like, I call them scarecrow arms. So if we go to our hug a tree circle and we drop our circle arms and we show the arms. You see my arms?
Yes.
It's that shape. So they're not like this. There's like the elbow is rounded. We're trying to keep our round circles. So when we swing down, it's this circle. Okay. So you don't want to drop your arm like that. You see the difference? And then bend the elbow. So think about keeping the circle. Do you see how it's a little bit different?
Yes.
It's really notice it here, and you notice it in how low your hand is circling. So there's
it's not here, it's here.
Yes.
Right, it's not here, but here.
Yeah. And we are trying to maintain our shape and also be kind of fluid. So it's easy to be kind of like rigid, but I used to do a lot because I was trying to learn how to do it, and that's okay. But just remember, over time, you want to try to relax. So let's do the whole thing again. Okay. Let's see. We'll do it from embrace the tiger. Or rather cross hands. There's one other thing I wanted to mention about cloud hands before we do it. when we step into single whip with the last one. So when we come up, let's see, we come over like this. Or like this, and the left foot is straight and the right foot's gonna step to the corner, because we're going into a single whip position. I think I said last time, just turn your whole body to the corner, just turn your hips. You're still gonna keep your waist movable to do other things. So just think about pivoting the hips. Don't try to turn your whole body. Don't just pick it up and lift like we do. It's not quite the same movement as what we would do in fist under elbow when we reach out and we are stepping our whole body to the side. So what we're doing with this one, let's see, from here, step with your hips. Notice my shoulders are kind of the same.
Yes.
Then and then I come through. Now, when I'm coming through, I'm not going to try to circle here. I'm not going to circle with the left hand here in this plane.
Yeah.
The last one, I'm going to circle it because I'm going to the corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish my cloud hands. Imagine finishing it to that corner. So the angle is going to be from here to there, and it's going to feed right into single whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So when you do that, you're here, pivot on the ball of the foot, of the left foot.
Mhm.
And then you can pick it up, step, that's where you ward off what you do in single whip,
Mhm.
and then rotate your arm and finish the movement.
Mhm.
It's just a little bit different, but I want you to try to think about that when we do this again.
Good.
Any questions?
No.
Let's try it again from Embrace the Tiger. Well, cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Shift, bend the right knee, pivot on the left heel. Now shift your weight to the back knee, bend it, circle the right hand out, up and down, left hand down and up, pick up the right foot, step almost to the corner. And then brush and then strike along the same line. Make sure you're not collapsing your left knee, so it's still in line with your foot. And then roll back, shifting your weight, raise your right arm, rotate the left one, and then strike out. It's not really a strike. We're not striking now. Just extend your arm out and then circle back in for press. Again, along the same line. Now push, same thing. Along the same line of that foot. Now we do fist under elbow. Shift and turn. Push off. Pick up the left foot, step one line, two sides. Now reach. Now turn the whole body, step it forward as you start circling down. Shift your weight to the right leg. Turn the left foot, step on the heel, and punch. Repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hand, step forward. White crane. Left brush knee. Needle to the C bottom. Back on the heel. Fan through the back. Lift, step into a bow step. Turn body. Chop with fists. Face height. Now go flat on the foot as you strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift, lift, rotate, parry out. Circle, swing, step. Parry. Block. Punch. Chengfu. Shift your weight back, rotate the left hand, open the left hand, extend it as you turn your foot. Shift your weight back on your front foot, right hand at a diagonal. Open the right fist, rotate the left hand, you're on the left leg. Circle and close your circle as you step. And ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip, shift and flatten. Turn the waist, that turns, the left arm goes first, right arm follows. Now the right arm starts to bend and the left hand comes to meet it. Press down. Pivot, step as you ward off, rotate as you shift. Strike. Cloud hands. Shift, turn to the right, left foot goes to 12 o'clock. Go the grab hand as you go across. Step, that's one. Rotating, turning, eyes following. Step. That's two. Going to the right side again. And we finish this last one when we step to the corner, that's three. Continue circling to the corner, step, and strike. Okay. May I watch you guys do it? Did any questions come up while we're doing that, before we do that?
I didn't have any.
No? Okay, so let me see you guys do from cross hands in section, at the end of section 1 through cloud hands. Okay. So you start with embrace from cross hands. Okay, embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Starts like single whip. Come back, press down, push off. Step one, line two sides with the left foot. Ward off. Circle, pull down. Repulse the monkey. One. Swing and step and pivot. Two, swing and step and pivot as you strike. Three, swing and step. Pivot. Diagonal flying. Circling the corners, foot to the corner, and turn the left foot straight at the end. Raise hand, step forward. Shift forward, step back with the left toe. And then step and finish. White crane. Rock back. Step as you close, turn and open. Left brush knee. Needle to the C bottom. Yield. Come back on the heel. And then step on the ball. Fan through the back. Trap. Lift and strike. Torso erect. Turn body, chop with fist. Shift and turn. Step on the heel as you chop, and then you pause and then strike as you go forward with your knee. Parry, block, and punch. Shift, lift the right arm, turn the left arm, parry out. Swing back. Step one, line two sides, parry, block, and punch. Chengfu, shift back. open, turning the left hand and extend it in a left ward off. Go forward as you rotate the left hand, release the right, step and close and ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip, shift and flatten, bend the back knee, pulling, circle back, pressing down, make your hooks, step as you ward off, rotate and strike. Cloud hands, shift to the right, swing to the right, left foot goes straight to 12 o'clock. Rotate, swing back to the left, right hand goes down and up, step. Rotate, left hand comes down, right hand is going down, right, left hand's coming up, step. Rotate, right hand's coming up, step. One more, turn, step. Now step to the corner. Keep circling to the corner. Make your single whip. And strike. Okay. Okay. Questions? No? Okay. So, I'm sorry, did you have a question, Alicia?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, so, we're gonna go back to fist under elbow for a minute. Fist under elbow is actually a pretty big move. And sometimes it's hard for people to kind of get the gist of like the big circles, what we're doing. So, I just want to review it. And, we start fist under elbow as if we're doing a single whip, right? So we're starting from, I'm going to go this direction and I'll be turning to face you. So we finish here and push. The right foot is almost a corner, not quite. So it's in turned a couple degrees in. The left foot is not quite straight to 3 o'clock. It is a couple degrees shy of that. So I'm going to push in this direction and I want to make sure my knees lined up with my right foot. I can't tell, so I'm just going to remind you guys, line your knees up with the angles of your feet, even front and back. Okay, so don't like let your back leg just kind of fall. So your arms are up, your angle of pushing should be the same line as your foot. So not to the corner, but along almost corner. Now this begins like single whip. So first when we do single whip, the first thing we do is we shift and flatten. That means you have to bend your back knee. So it's not just shifting back with a straight leg. I'm going to show you this direction. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. I'm going into a sit position with my back knee, my back left leg. And then from here, I want to use my waist. I'm going to show you this direction, just single whip. From here, I want to start turning like this. So the arms don't just swing, remember. They're first the waist, you shift, sit, then start pulling with your left abdomen. Start pulling, it'll start bending your elbow, your left arm, and then the right arm will follow. When you get to 10:30, your right foot should be straight because we're doing fist under elbow. And then I want you to come back in, circle back in, press down in the middle, just about here, just like right under your chest. From here, and rotate your foot, okay? Drop your right elbow. So your right arm is sitting up like this. It's facing 9 o'clock. So my direction, if you look at me this way, if I were facing, if you saw me from the side angle, my arm wouldn't be here. It would be here because I'm pushing off to my right, okay, to 9 o'clock. And this arm, the direction of the arms is like this. The angle of the arms is just like the other positions that we have, like in roll back. Okay, so that's this shape over here. Okay, then from here, this is all pretty easy. It's just a question of like, well, what does it feel like to push off or not? You know, okay, my knee is still bent. This is where I release I pivot on the ball of my foot and turn my hips to release my hips. Okay, now from here, I'm going to step out to the left. And I'm gonna do it one line, two sides. That means I don't want to cross my back foot. So if I step in, then I'm crossed. If you see that my feet are crossed right now.
Yes,
If I brought it in, I'd hit my other foot.
yes.
So I have to step to the left of it, but I'm not doing a bow step. I'm just stepping one line, two side to the corner. It's a transitional move. So from here, I'm going to reach forward like this. So my body's like this first. I'm warding off with my left arm to the corner. My opponent's over here. Okay, so I'm warding off. And then I'm going to pick up my body. I talked about using the whole body, turning the whole body. This is where I pick it up. When I put my foot down, start with your toe, put your foot down, or just put your foot down, and then rotate your hand, show a grab right here. Grab, shifting down, you're shifting your weight back. And then you're going to pivot your left leg. When you get up to the bottom, that's when you pivot on the ball. Set the heel, make a little turn with your left hand. This is where you make your fist. Okay, then from here, the fist comes in while you put a little bit of 30% of pressure here. This is when you do it. Okay. So let's practice that.
So right there at the end where you were there just now, right at the end, is the weight evenly divided between front and back leg?
No, it's an empty stance.
Okay.
70% in the back, 30% in the front.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest issue that people will have is like cutting corners, like, you know, like they miss the ward off part. They just, you know, kind of like go like this and just keep moving. Well, watch what happens to my body if I do that. So let's say there's somebody over here and I want to do the ward off, and I step like this and I'm warding them off. That's good. But if I'm still moving, I'm not really warding them. I'm not keeping them off. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to bend my front knee and reach. Okay, so this hand is like this at this point. It's not able to do anything yet. But I want to keep this protection of my body as long as possible. I want to have some way to keep someone from punching me here on this corner, this left corner. So keep your pose and then pick up your body, keep it as long as possible. Now turn to grab them. Bring this right hand continues to just kind of come along, but you want to keep this, see this window between my arms? I want to keep it as close as I can as I turn, so I have protection. Now I'm dragging them down, pull them down, switch to my heel, make my fist and punch.
Can I see that again? I got lost. I'm sorry. Arms.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which part did I lose you on?
Where you were with the window. You were instructing with the window.
Okay, so let me show you a wrong way to do it. And then it will make more sense,
Okay.
I think. Okay, let's see. I'm here. I'm in an empty stance, or actually, it's just a temporary stance. I'm on the ball of my foot. I just pushed off to the right. Now I'm going to step. Let's say I just do this. Someone can like push into me. I haven't been able to walk into them yet. I'm not pushing into them yet. I'm just stopping them here. And then if I just start turning like this, if I start turning too soon, now I'm wide open. And when I turn, I'm wide open.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what we want to do is keep our arms. First, do a good ward off. Use your body to ward off. Then, as you step in, start to grab someone. Do you see the relationship here? Try to keep this as narrow as you can. I don't mean close it up. I mean, just keep your arm here. It's going to do something else.
Yes.
As you're turning your body and you're grabbing, and then switch and punch.
So what is the twist you mentioned with the hand? Where is the twist?
So we're making a circle, but we're not making a circle like this. That would be too big. That's what I used to do. Like, wow. I love the big circle. That's too big. So what we're doing is we're warding off, and then we're rotating our arm to grab someone else's arm. So let's just pretend this is my arm is the other guy. So first I'm gonna ward off the guy's arm like this, and then I'm gonna hold it, and then I'm gonna pull him down to the side. Right, so I don't need to like do this, I don't need to go over my head, but it is a big circle because we're turning our body into it. So from here, I'm coming along, I'm grabbing, I'm pulling here, my hand shows a grab because I turned it over, and then I'm pulling down, I'm shifting my leg at this point, I'm shifting my weight. I'm pulling him down to here because I'm dragging him sideways I'm dragging down his arm sideways, I'm twisting it. And then when I get to the bottom, I need to turn it. I need to turn my hand so I can really twist. So first I drag him down and then I turn it up.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Like twisting somebody's arm, like, so I'd be lifting someone like that.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to show for myself.
No, I got it.
So like, so the twist for the circle, you come down, make the big circle, but it's a diagonal pull. It's not big round ball. Starts big, looks big, comes down, then it comes down to the side. Keep coming in, and when you get to here, turn it.
Yeah.
So now it's vertical and lift. And you're going to be lifting on the inside. And then you're going to punch under his elbow or his arm, not your own. So you don't come across this far. You're like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's work on cloud hands just for a few minutes.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be back.
Okay. So let me watch you guys do cloud hands specifically. And then we'll just work on, smoothing out and timing and all that. So let's start from the end of single whip. And go ahead and begin with 1. So turn the left foot, circling to the right. Go back to the left. Step, shoulders width apart. Rotating. Turning. Step. Rotating. You're shifting your weight the whole time. Step. This is 2. Make sure you turn your shoulders enough when you get to the sides. Step to the corner with your hips. Circle at an angle, on the angle that you make your single whip on. Step and strike. Oh, you guys do that so well. It looks beautiful. Okay. It was a little hard for me to see like everything, but it looks really good. So let's practice it once or twice more. Alicia stepped out of the room, but we'll, and then we're going to go to a new movement called high cat on horse. Any questions, Thomas?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to do it with you. I'll go, let's see. I can't do it backwards, so I'm going to go the same direction as you. Okay, ready? So we're in single whip, and we're going to the left, traveling to the left with our movement, of course. So first, make sure you've got an erect torso, that your tip is tucked with single whip, and you've got a good hook hand. 1, shift and turn the left foot, turn all the way to the right to 3 o'clock. Turn the shoulders a little bit more. Shift all the way back as you release the hook and swing your arm down to 9 o'clock. Step. Rotating in front of your face. Keep turning, reach. Rotate. Go all the way to the end. Rotate the arm. Step. That's number 2. Circling. Turning. Rotate the arm. And now we step to 45 degrees with the hips. And then turn your gaze to go to the corner as you make your hook. Pivot on the ball of the foot, step your foot out and strike. So when you make the grabbing hand, all it is a grab. So the first part of the movement, you're here and you come across, and then you just show that. You just come across. Let's see. You come across straight like this with the left hand, just like you would with the actual circles. You don't need to change the grabbing shape. When you get to the end of each side, when we come up and out, the hand palm ought to be facing almost straight here. Make sure your arm is not locked out. Make sure there's a bend. And then start to circle it down, rotate. You see this little circling? And then rotate, bend the arm a little bit, circle back up. Okay. Now remember when you step that the stepping part, the reaching part is double wide as best you can. Okay. And I have found that the easiest way for me to count these, because it's so easy to do 4 instead of 3. Do I count the beginning or the end, you know? So I've been watching a lot of videos and trying to come up with my own system for remembering like how many I've done. And for me, what's the trick is how many times do I step in the center? So when your feet are parallel in the center, when you start from single whip, you turn, you're not centered yet. And then this is 1. Wide, this is 2 centers. And then the third one is in single whip. So you do 2 center steps, meaning 2 that are shoulders width apart, 1 and 2. And that includes the very first one where you're getting into position from the grabbing hand. The third one is completed by stepping into single whip. And again, the arm is coming this way. Now your gaze, we talked about the gaze earlier, Alicia. We were talking about gaze in cloud hands. When you're here, you're turning and your gaze is following your body turn. When you get to the end, to the last one, you're still looking here at 9 o'clock, rotate the hand, step, you're still looking at 9 o'clock, but now you have to turn your gaze because you're going to be turning to the right to make single whip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like finishing cloud hands. Imagine finishing cloud hands to the single whip angle and then step. And then you rotate your gaze and go back into gazing like you would in single whip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so there's another movement that I want to work on called a high pat on horse.
Sorry to interrupt. I have to jump out like 2 minutes early because I have a client right at 5. So
Okay. Well, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and we started a few minutes late. I don't really have enough time without going over to do the move properly. So do you guys, the other 2, do you want to stay or do you want me to wait till next week?
Well, can you just keep doing it and we'll come back and check it out, check out the video later to see the end?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it's recorded. Okay, well, anyway, whoever can stay 5 extra minutes, you know, we might need that extra time. Okay, so the next movement is called high pat on horse, and it starts from we finish in a single whip, right? From cloud hands. So we're like this. I'm going to face you. So what we're going to do in this movement is first we're going to relax our hook. We're going to shift our weight back on our heel, rotate the left front hand and make a hook, the hook drop. So to do that, we're going to bend the elbow and open the hand. So now we've got that nice circle in the arm again. And then we can bring the arm, bend the arm to our shoulder like we do with the brush knees. So after we do this, and we've shifted our weight back to our back leg, and we're going to go into an empty stance. We're going to pick up our foot and put it down in a ball, on the ball in front of us. And then from here, we're going to turn and strike to the front. And what we're doing here is striking someone in the throat with the side of our hand. We're striking here. And the hand, instead of being like straight out or bent really square like that, is just a rounded arm. It's actually the same arm as what we have in white crane. So if we're up here protecting our head and we've got a rounded arm, and then we drop the arm and aim it like throat level, my throat level, like that. It's a rounded curved arm. And we would be striking someone in the throat. And the elbow is still a little lower than the top part. It's not like this. It's not like level pointed down. It's like that. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. The left hand is grabbing somebody. So from here, we have a striking hand, right? In the left hand from single whip. And as we shift our weight back, we're turning it over to grab someone. So we grab them, and then this hand becomes a striking hand. When we open it and bring it here to our shoulder, like we do in a brush knee. Then when we switch to the ball, these hands go together, right? So the left one pulls someone in as the right one strikes out. So we're bringing someone's arm in to our rib cage area. We're pulling toward ourselves.
You pull them closer. So you can-
Right. So what we do if someone is striking at us, punching at us, we don't want to push them away. We want to let them in a little bit. Like when we give them our arm a little bit. Well, this is also like this, except we're letting them come in. So we're bringing them in, and then we're striking forward. You see how that can work?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good move, actually. It's and it's called high pat on horse.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure why it's called high pat on horse, except that it may look a little bit like, you would pat a horse this high. Otherwise, I have no idea. I don't really know. Some of the names don't necessarily correlate to what you're doing. They're poetic.
In other versions, it looks more like patting a horse. It's kind of a weird like that kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe they borrowed it from, a different style or something. I don't really know. Okay. So let's work on the right and the left hand. Well, let's do the footwork first. Okay. So we're in single whip. I'm going to face you first. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shift to the back knee. Make sure your knee's lined up with your right foot, rocking back on the left foot. Pick it up, set it down in a 1 line 2 side stance, and then fold on the ball. So it's rock back, pick it up, put down the ball, and press. When we do that, we are not going to be turning our hips forward. So it's really easy in this movement because we're squaring our shoulders to turn our hips and twist them the wrong way. And it starts as quickly as in this first step. So from here, shift back, pick up the foot, put it down, and press. Really easy. We all know how to do this, right? Okay, let's work on the arms. So the right hand is in a right hook in single whip. And I'm going to just show you this way. So I'm like this. My wrist is bent, neck high. Bend your elbow a little bit. And then seat your arm, your hand. Seating in our context means to round the arm. It doesn't mean that the hand is sitting on a shelf. I always thought of it like sitting the hand somewhere. But it's not, because your arm is locked and your hand is up. Bend your elbow and open the hand, and then fold it into your shoulder. And then strike out. And when we strike out, we're going to be striking to our center or slightly past it. But we're going to have an arm like that. Okay, so not like this. That's too much strain, and not straight forward fingers. It's not an eye strike. It's a blade
We
of
gotta go. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Marian. We gotta go. Thank you very much, and
Well,
we'll review Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
See you next time. Bye, guys.
See ya, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
The left hand, as I said, it goes where it's in a strike position. It's going to rotate to show a grab, and then it's going to come back to line up with your lower ribs. So if at this point, we really need to make sure we keep our body posture. So we don't want to have our arm tucked like a wing back, and we don't want it to be sticking straight out to the side. But it's a little, because your body is turned from here, when you come back and step, you come back and rock, and then step forward. When you come back, your torso is turning, okay? So this is one of the times when it looks as if it's off to the side, okay? So this is too low. It's right up by the rib cage. And I suppose everybody's rib cage may be slightly different than the next person, but just find a rib. Okay, from there. Okay, let's practice it a few times. I know, Dita, that this must be very familiar to you, but we'll go through it anyway. Okay, so this is a really good move, but a couple of the things I've had trouble with is turning my knee and my hip. So it's really important to remember that we are separating our hips at different times. Like there's the bottom hip and there's above the hip, and in the middle we can turn. So one of the things that is important to do is to start with your hip in the right place in the first climb. So when you come back and do this, don't pivot your hip right away. Okay, don't like immediately turn it slightly. So when you're already in a bow step and you come back to bend your knee, just try to keep it there. Try to keep your hips lined up with your back foot, and then use your waist to turn. Okay, and then you shouldn't have this trouble of, twisting your knee, because what happens when people when they step back, a lot of times, if they turn their hip to turn this, that's what turns the knee. If you can see it turning, that's really uncomfortable, as I'm sure you know. Then the other thing is that, let's see. Well, let's just practice it a couple times and maybe I'll remember the other thing. Okay, so from here, let's put it together from single whip. So this is one. Pick up the foot, and this is two, strike. I'm going to do it this way. I'll do it this way. So from single whip, one, shift back, bend the arm, open the hand, bring the right hand to the shoulder. The left hand is turned over. That's one. Two, pick up the foot, put down the ball, and then strike. Bring the left hand into the ribs. Think about your hips. Use your waist to turn and strike. Your shoulders are square here. Okay, that looks like a really good posture, Dita. How is your hip doing? Your hip and your knee? They're good? Okay, let's do it again. From single whip. One, shift, rotate the left hand, bend the right elbow, make an open hand, and then bring it to the shoulder. Two, step, and strike. One more time. Open, strike. Your gaze is forward the whole time. Again. Bend, release the hook, shifting the weight, bring the hand to the shoulder, you're back on your hip, your hip, step to the ball, and then strike. I'm going to go this direction. One, shifting, opening, bending, back on my heel, my hand to the shoulder. 2, step, turn, strike. Okay. Let me see you do it, Dita. So from single whip. 1, bend the elbow, open the hand, hand to the shoulder, rotate and shift. Now step and strike. Okay, good. I saw a little bit of hip movement. You can have a little bit of movement, but if you feel it pulling a little bit, watch for that. So, are there any questions about this for you? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and end class.
Okay.
When we have more people that don't know it, I put a little more detail in it. So next week, if there are other people that are here, we will work through it a little bit more. Okay, so let's close class. Thank you so much for coming, Dita. It was really nice to see you. I hope you have a
Thank
nice
you.
week.
You too.
All right, see you next week.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.